Hello. So, I wasn't gonna... the door. I just met my new neighbour, 2 doors down. I took a parcel in for them. She seems really nice. So yeah, I didn't vlog yesterday. I started a video, or at least I started to edit some video, but honestly, I didn't film very much last week. It was my birthday on Wednesday last, and that was really lovely. I went out with my friends Matt and Duncan for lunch, and then I met Stuart when he finished work, and we ended up in the retro bar and had a few too many, maybe. And then Thursday, Stuart took me to a brilliant thing, actually. Solve Along Murder, She Wrote. I'm a huge Murder, She Wrote fan. And the Prince Charles Cinema in Leicester Square had on an evening of Solve Along Murder, She Wrote. Now, I can't remember the guy's name. It's an Australian guy, but he does it there a lot, and he sometimes does it at the RVT. But he basically picks an episode of Murder, She Wrote and builds a whole show around the episode and solving the crime with the audience. And there's so much more to it than just watching Murder, She Wrote. It's a great night out. It's a giggle, and there's lots of audience interaction and participation, and I highly recommend it. I'm going to leave a link below because I think he's got quite a few coming up at the Prince Charles Cinema in Leicester Square. So we did that on Thursday night, and we also went for tapas in a really lovely tapas place just off Carnaby Street called Pix. Very Spanish run, very authentic tapas, and it's very small, but really amazing food. And all the tapas is laid out on the bar on little plates, and you literally just go and help yourself. You can also order some freshly made hot tapas, but you basically just help yourself, and when you've finished, they count up the plates and they work the bill out from that. So you just go in basically and eat as much as you can. Or well, at least we did, and it was really amazing. Really great if you like a bit of tapas. And so we did that on Thursday, and then on Friday, which was the beginning of the video, you'll have seen we went to Winter Lights at Canary Wharf, but you've already seen that. So and it's also finished now, so it's pointless me talking about that really. But yeah, so I had this kind of really busy week, and then on Saturday I had a job, and on Saturday night I went out for a few drinks with Stuart after work, and we ended up in the King's Arms where lovely Phil Marriott was playing, and we stayed there a little while. And yeah, the rest from Sunday has just been a blur of getting back to normal. And oh yeah, yesterday we went, I was going to film yesterday, but Stuart had an unexpected day off, and we actually went out for the day. We went for a little walk into town, and we went to the John Soames house, or the John Soames Museum, which is really amazing if you've never been. It's in Holborn, and it's free entry, and it's basically the Victorian architect John Soames' house, which has not been changed since he lived there. And it's full of antiquities and art and really interesting objects. I mean, he gives our place a run for our money in terms of the amount of stuff that's in there. But it's really lovely. It's really worth a look. And you just turn up on the day. They let so many people in at a time. When we went, it was busy, but not too busy. And you just wander around the house. There's no information about any of the objects or any of the art. The house looks exactly as it did the day he died, I assume. And there's a really interesting backstory about how it came to be. But yeah, if you're looking for a free, really cool thing to do in London, I recommend the John Soames Museum. So we did that yesterday, and then we had a little wander into town and we went for something to eat at the Market Hall, which is above the old British Home Stores on Oxford Street, and it's kind of like loads of street food places, which was really nice. Not too busy, which was nice. So rare to find somewhere where you can actually get a table and you're not really surrounded by people in London. And as I get older, that I value that more than anything. And we also went to have a little look at the Zara sale, and even though I've been trying to curtail my spending post tax payment, I did get a pair of shoes, these amazing shoes which I'd actually seen in the sale, and they were down to £15, and they are genuinely probably the only bargain I actually got from the Zara sale, even though I spent an arm and a leg in there, and I got these shoes which I had actually seen before, but they were down to £15. So more uncomfortable shoes for me to wear at some point. Actually, Zara shoes are really good on me. They're really spongy and really comfortable. So yeah, that's been like my week. Just I did a restaurant on Saturday called Akub, which is a Palestinian restaurant in Notting Hill, which was really lovely. They were very hospitable, and thankfully it got a really good review in the paper yesterday. And they fed us, and that was really nice. And that's been my only job. And today I did a little bit of work on my website because I really, really need to find some more work. Yeah, I've got my finances in order now, and I need to be working more. I'm not working anywhere near capacity. Sometimes it's a job a fortnight, and I need to find some more work. So this morning I've done a little bit of work on my website, and I've ordered some new business cards, and I've started to have a little look on the internet about where and how I might find some more work. So if anybody knows anybody who's looking for any photography, I'm your man. I'm going to put a link to my website down below as well. So yeah, I've got my finances in order, and now I'm going to start and try and get my work life in order, because really the main thing I've got at the moment is me, and that takes up a whole bunch of time. Because once again this year I'm producing a zine every month, and I photograph that, I lay that out with a lot of help from Stuart, who does the graphic design. I publish it, and I print it, and I distribute it, and I market it, and I'm doing that every month, and that takes up a lot of time, but it doesn't bring in a lot of money. So I need to find some more work. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm working on now, in terms of spending a bit of time looking at where and how I might get some more photography. I've been kind of resting on my laurels a little bit, probably for the last 15 years, but I need to raise my game a little bit work-wise. So yeah, that's going to be my next thing. And I've also got Meat Party on Saturday, so I'm doing lots of work for that and getting ready for that. And I've just taken on 3 February dates at the King's Arms DJing, one of which is the second Bears Eurovision party, which I'm really excited about playing again. So yeah, that's me. Blah, blah, blah. A mile a minute. I wanted to mention actually another couple of things. If you're looking for something to watch at the minute, I just watched a really amazing documentary. Well, actually, I watched it a couple of weeks ago, but it had a real effect on me, and I've spent a little bit of time looking at this guy's work. But it's a documentary on Netflix called Tomorrow is Saturday, and it's about the artist and photographer Sean Hillen, and he's an Irish guy who was diagnosed very late in life with Asperger's, and he's not particularly well known, or certainly not as well known as he would like to be or deserves to be. And I really feel his pain there, because there were a lot of things about being a creative person and trying to find an audience, and trying to sort of, raise your voice above the noise that is social media, and trying to promote your work. It is the most difficult thing, but Sean is brilliant. He is about my age, a little bit older maybe, and in the 1980s, he, at great risk to himself, documented with photography the troubles in Northern Ireland, which was not only put him at risk, but was also pretty much illegal. But he took a lot of photos of the troubles and he documented that whole period, and he got a little bit of notoriety and exposure for doing that. But then he moved on to making collage, and he actually started to incorporate the images of the troubles that he'd photographed, black and white film photography, with postcards, old vintage travel postcards, and he started to make these incredible collages. His work, at first glance, it has a real charm to it, but there's obviously a real dark side to a lot of the imagery, and I really would love you to check this documentary out. It's called Tomorrow is Saturday. It also deals with his late diagnosis of Asperger's, and he lives in this tiny little house in Dublin which is full of stuff that he's collected over years, and part of the documentary is about him trying to kind of rationalize the way he lives and sort out his clutter and years of archive material, and also running alongside this there's a kind of love story because he meets somebody on the internet and falls in love, and it's just really brilliant, and he's such a character. And if you're looking for like a charming, just really interesting documentary, I thoroughly wish you what I recommend you watch it. It's brilliant. And two more things that I want to quickly mention. Helena Bonham Carter in Nolly on ITVX. I think it came online last night. The story of Noel Gordon from Crossroads, and I've been waiting for this to come online for so long, and I've been driving Stuart insane talking about it. But if you're looking for a campy drama about one of the greatest soap operas this country has ever produced, I thoroughly recommend Nolly. And the last thing, and then I'm going to go because I am just babbling at you, on STV and STV Player, they just started yesterday showing Brookside, and you can watch Brookside from the beginning. And oh my god, I can't wait to do that either, because I was a huge Brookside fan, and I'm really hoping it leads to some kind of reboot of Brookside, because I think that would be amazing. I've got a couple of things that I want to do with the vlog in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to try and get some more stuff filmed, and hopefully get something back next week. But if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and if you hit the bell, you'll be notified as soon as I post a new video, because they are a little bit kind of either a Wednesday or a Friday or a Saturday or a Sunday at the moment. So, but I'm trying to consistently do something every week. So thanks for sticking with me, and I hope you have a great rest of your week and a fabulous weekend. If you're in London, come to the meat party at Dalston Superstore. We'd love to see you. It's our first one of the year, and we're very excited to be back. And other than that, I will catch up with you next week.